Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen, to Global Impromptu Speaking session number 174. I really appreciate for joining in today, and you all look beautiful and handsome. Thank you so much for becoming a family member of Global Impromptu Speaking sessions. Today, we are going to conduct this show like everyone will be giving at least one topic to another fellow member. I will I'll pick somebody out of you who came first and choose him or her and give her a topic. And then later he or she will decide to pick you all one by one and give you another topic. This is how our meeting will be continued. Meeting is being recorded. If you have any problem, you can share with me. This meeting will be recorded and shared on YouTube if you like to watch your own version and improve for the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, you will be speaking for 1 minute to 2 minutes and 30 seconds. At least speak for 1 minute and maximum 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Whatever you speak, we honor, we respect. It's your version, it's your perspective. People agree or disagree with you, it has nothing to do with you. At least you are putting your point right in front of people. And today I'm going to pick somebody who's very special to me, and that person will be given a topic by me and will be speaking on that particular topic. And then later that person will be giving you a topic to speak on. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to welcome Tosma Savita to on podium, and I will be giving her a topic.
Thank you, Amjad. Please go ahead.
Yudama, your topic is I have 1 day left. I have 1 day left. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Amjad Ali, for giving me this topic. I have 1 day left. For what? I can take it in any way. 1 day left to join my university. 1 day left to finish my education. 1 day left to go for my wedding. 1 day left for anything. Or ultimate thing. If anyone can tell, I don't think anybody can tell, 1 day left to leave this beautiful world. That is the harsh reality. And I think the only truth, everything else is false. The only truth is everyone. And if I take for that particular day, 1 day left, I have to go from this earth. And I am in full, my sounds, senses. And I know that tomorrow I have to go. What will I do? Just think, I, being like at this stage, finished most of my duties. Very happy. Nothing to be done at this or achieve or finish something that deep in my heart, I'm really contented. And last day, I will but definitely dial all my near and dear ones, talk to them, and wish them best. Deep in my heart, prayers will be on. And to be more practical, if I have something in my bank balance, I will see that leftover people or my children or leftover, they should not have any problem. I'll finish that work. If will has to be executed or not taken, I'll take care of that part, being practical, so that afterwards, children or the relatives, they should not get bothered. If I had some desire or wish to give something, I'll finish that. So some parts, the last, the spouse and the children and the relatives and all, if those practical worldly things have to be done so that afterward people who are, they should not have any problem because of my being suddenly. So I think this will be a great opportunity if Almighty or nature gives us that 1 day is left, you do whatever you want to do so that nothing hanky-panky goes afterwards and nobody feels and everybody says happily bye-bye to you. Thank you. Back to you or back to me, myself only, I think. Dr. Farida, I saw her after me. Dr. Farida, what should I give you? Everyone has a family. Over to you, Dr. Farida.
A very good evening to my global impromptu family members. I dearly missed all of you last session, and since it didn't take place, and that actually gave me an insight about how much I love all of you. And I'm going to miss all of you in case if something happens and our sessions close down. Thank you, DTM Amjad Ali, for conducting these sessions despite your busy schedule and life's ups and downs. So the topic that has been given to me is that, could you repeat it again, Sarita?
Yeah,
What is
Dr.
the?
Farida, everyone has family history. What about yours?
What about mine? My family history dates back many years, right up to Adam. And this is what I believe in, that all of humanity was born out of Adam and Eve, which is a historical fact, a scientific fact, as well as a religious fact. Most religions do believe in Adam and Eve. So this is what I truly believe in, that no matter what my historical background is, all of us on this planet Earth are from Adam and Eve. And this is exactly how we should pay our respect to each other, as all of us are interconnected in one way or the other. So no matter what my historical background is, this is my personal request and hope for the future, that I feel that at least the newer generation, when I interact with them on Insta and on social media and I hear about their views, I think they have better insight into these things. They less believe in biases, in discrimination, in nationality biases, racism, all these things. They less believe in all these things, and they have more faith in humanity than our generation. Personally, I do believe in that all of us should being innovative, being creative, and being human at the bottom line. My family history does start off in Sri Lanka, where my father was born. And my father's family is originally from Sri Lanka. They have been there for more than 150 years now. And my mother was from Mauritius. She was French. So she was actually from South Africa. She was French. And then they got married. They moved to Sri Lanka and lived there for a good 27 years of their marital life until hell broke loose. Civil war happened. As everybody knows, war breaks apart families, and half of the family had to unfortunately migrate to India. Madras was one of the port, and they actually owned a boat by which they could commute from Colombo to Madras very easily. They could go to and fro. So half of the family was in Colombo, half of the family was in Madras, until hell broke loose in Madras as well. And there were Hindu-Muslim riots, and their timber factory was burnt down to the ground. And thereafter, my own grandfather and my grandmother, they had 14 children, by the way. So they took their small part of the family, not the whole family, but part of the family, and they migrated from Madras to Karachi. And Karachi is the place where I grew up. That is what I consider as my main hometown. I studied there, I did my university years there, I had my teenage years there. After that, I got married, and by virtue of marriage, I moved to a place which is completely in the northwest of Pakistan, high up in the mountains, 5,000 feet above the sea level. And lo and behold, I married a Pathan in the city of Quetta. I lived there for a good 20 years of my marriage. After that, I relocated to Dubai for some issues. And definitely, this last decade of my life, I have been living in Dubai. And this is my family history and my background. And with that, I would like to end my speech. Love you all, no matter what historical background all of you have. It is no shibboleth that this forum is the best in the world. A very good evening to everybody. And with that, I would like to give my next topic to T.M. Sharman. T.M. Sharman, would you like to unmute yourself?
Yes, madam.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
The topic for you tonight is if you could shop for free at any one store, which one would you choose? If you could shop for free at any one store, which one would you choose? Take it away.
Yeah. Madam Table Topic Master and Global Into Friends, if I have to stop one place, I would stop for looking at to read good books, or give something to the people who needs knowledge. People who needs knowledge, people who are suffering, people who are, most of the people I can say in Sri Lanka, they have not read. It says if you can read a book a week, or you can read 52 or 51 books for a year, at least reading makes man. And I am thinking, when you are speaking to some people, they are lacking of knowledge or psychology or your subject knowledge or the English or even the mother tongue of Sinhala. And or you can educate their discipline. And a lot of people loitering, I can say, and they are just jabbering and wasting of time. So you can educate them, giving some books, time management, or how you can enhance your talents and give some contribution to the country's economy. A lot of people are wasting time. So I'm just thinking it's a good place to buy books. When I was in India, I bought some books for me actually. The financial management, psychology, or children's story books, and it's very cheap from India. And in Sri Lanka is very expensive, but in other countries also expensive. So whatever the things you can buy, I can buy and distribute to the people who needs. Over to you, Madam Table Topic Master. My next speaker is Toastmaster Shamridhi. Your topic is, Shamridhi, freedom of mind, enormous power. If you have your mind is free, you have unlimited power. That's your topic, Toastmaster Shamridhi.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So my topic is freedom of mind. Like if you have a lot of freedom in freedom of thoughts, so you will be the most powerful person. So I totally relate to it. As an example, even right now, freedom of mind. If I am speaking on this topic and I am thinking about maybe a TV series or a movie or maybe an office, not be able to construct my thoughts properly. I might not be able to deliver properly. And not just this, I think we can relate it to every aspect of our life. Even at our office, when we have if basically we need to have a control over our mind. Like we have a freedom of my mind means basically we are able to control it and we are able to joyfully do whatever we are doing. We are able to concentrate on that particular task or aspect. As an example, delivering a table topic right now, there are sudden thoughts running into my mind that whom I would be picking up for the next table topic and like what will be the table topic I would be giving him to speak. So I am feeling a little powerless. I would be more powerful, I think, had I been able to control my mind and I been able to construct my thoughts properly. And with this, I think I end my topic. So do I have to pick somebody, or is it like we have to follow any specific order?
You can pick, but people who have joined first, if you pick them up, that would be better. I think Naveed joined after you.
Yes, yes,
Naveed and
yes.
Lita Kashyap, then what is Chandrasekhar.
Okay, introvert. So basically, success in life is defined by being an introvert or an extrovert. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Table Talking Master. Good evening to all of you. Hope you all are fine and enjoying your life. My topic is success will be defined by either introvert or being extrovert. Well, I was studying about my personality that how am I, and when I was attending one course, it was about self-awareness. So the course was very really interesting that you have to know yourself in order to thrive in your life. There are many values we produce in our life events when we are uh, from our childhood to our uh, senior levels. So when I was studying about it, that you have to know the values, that what things make you angry, what things make you happy, what think about the time, what happened when you had many projects at a time, and how you dealt with it. So there were many questions in order to see that you are either an introvert or extrovert. Well, what I found that I am introvert person because I feel so shy when I'm in public. I don't want to meet with many people. I find only one or two people and talk with them all the time. I don't want myself to be expressive, to be more alive because it it does not happen with me that I'm very talkative. And when I'm in meeting, I usually sit silent silence, and whenever I ask question from anyone, then I answer in detail. So introvert and extrovert are just your personalities. You can thrive whatever you are made of. Even many introvert people, I can say, but I have heard that like Nelson Mandela, and we can say on the opposite, the Barack Obama, like both were president, but one was something like introvert and one was something like extrovert person. So they both were very famous in their careers. And there are uh, two types of people. Like when I was reading about this self-awareness, they said that there are right-minded people and left-minded people. Right-minded people are those who are creative people. They are innovators. They think very creatively and also extrovert. And left-minded people are something like very logical, and they like routine work. They are up to the uh, they actually define the words in a practical and real sense way. So thank you very much, table topic master, for giving me such a nice topic. Well, I will give one topic. I think table topic master, or sorry, table topic TM Geeta, I will give you topic.
Yes, thank you.
Your topic is, let me write. What if we are free of time? What if we are free of time? Uh, Toastmaster Geeta.
Thank you so much for that amazing topic. What if we are free of time? Really, there's nothing more wonderful than being free of time. You don't need to worry that you have to go to school early in the morning, get up at 5 in the morning, cook food for everybody, rush to school, and then come. This is what the lockdown period has taught us. We had so much of time at our disposal. We could do whatever we wanted. Though we were working, no doubt, online classes were still continuing even now, but at least we had a lot of time at our disposal. We didn't need to hurry up. We didn't need to set the alarm and get up at 5 or 4 in the morning. So that is amazing. That's one plus thing, especially a teacher like me. I loved my teaching profession in every possible way. I loved my students. I loved teaching. But one thing which I did not like in my profession was, even if you had guests at home and you had to wake up till midnight during the previous night, you have to keep thinking about getting up early in the morning. So that was one thing. And we had so less time. When you go to school, come back, though teachers do have more time than the other profession, but still, you come back so tired and exhausted. If I had more time, certainly I would love to focus on my health. I can do swimming, I can do yoga, I can focus on my health, I can do some spirituality, and I can do so many things for myself, not worrying about. But then every coin has two sides. Pros and cons are always there. There are the plus points, though the timing, if you go to school in time, if you go to your profession in time, that makes you disciplined. You get up early in the morning, you dress up properly, and you go, and you love to meet people around when you are working according to your time. That keeps your whole day to properly scheduled. So that's important in our life. We cannot now during the lockdown, we had a lot of time, but then, as I said, both are important in our life. When you go and do your work, that is very, very important, because you need a disciplined life. Ask the army officers, the kind of life they value time. They're the ones. These days, especially, these days, I hear a number of people saying, I don't have time, I'm very busy, I'm extremely busy. That's really sad, isn't it? Why are we keeping ourselves so busy? There are these people, they have a lot of time. They'll sit on Netflix, watch movie one after the other, sit on Facebook, chat with friends, XYZ friends whom they don't even know. Many a time they haven't even met them, but they have all the time to chat. But when their parents tell them to do something, or when they have to spend some time with their family and children, I don't have time. That is the common thing that the people these days, the youngsters these days say. So balance your time, whether it is less time or more time, use it properly, appropriately. That is going to help you in the long run. That's very, very important. So having more time or less time is not important. Having quality time is extremely important in our lives, and let us keep that in focus. Thank you. Back to you. Okay, I have to select the next one. So the next culprit whom I choose is Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar, are you there?
Yes. Am I audible and visible?
Yeah, Chandrasekhar, you are. So the topic for you is, you'll have to listen carefully, okay? Until a lion learns to write, all stories will glorify the hunter. Until the lion learns to write, all stories will glorify the hunter. Over to you, Toastmaster Chandra.
Hi, everyone. And it is great to be back with this topic, an interesting topic. We usually think that victories, success is what is remembered. And yes, that's true, because we have been trained that way. Even if there is some injustice, we tend to overlook it because there is not much hype about it. like the ones which happened in 2016 during the US presidential election. Many indications were given about that the instability was increasing because of the social media, and yet it was overlooked. Any injustice or anything going wrong, if overlooked, just gives us a perception that everything is going fine. And that is what it is. If only the hunter is the writer of the stories, he will surely glorify it. If we are only thinking about glorifying the successes that we have and the strengths that we have, then we'll be having only a few strengths, which will only be diminishing with time. But if we focus on our weaknesses as well, then there is a chance. Then, if the lion starts writing the stories, only then it will be possible to get the other perspective and also to learn our weaknesses. Hence, if we want to understand how is the situation going on, don't only think about the things which are happening on our favor or what is going to be my gain in that situation. Rather, think about if any injustice you are going to leave on someone else, if you are going to hurt someone by mistake, if you hadn't realized what your step was. So if we might not get someone who is giving their opinions, doesn't mean that the person cannot give it. Understand that thing so that even if the lion is not able to write the stories, we understand the pain if they go through them. Over to you.
TM Chandrasekhar, you're supposed to give a topic to the next person. You'll have to unmute yourself.
The beauty remains. The pain passes, but the beauty remains. I'll type it in the.
Hello, Toastmasters. It said that wrinkles on the face only exhibit where the smiles should have been. Yes, that's what life is all about. Life is about seeing the beauty which is beneath the pain. Because when we see the experience of a person, we should also when we meet any person, we should see what has he gone through, or what has that person gone through, and what he has endured. Because eventually, at the end of the moment, we come to know that where the beauty is of a person or of a lady. So the thing is, do not look only at the beauty, but look at what is there inside the person, and that is what really counts. Because the external factor is not the real factor, which really catches you. As it is said, that charm strikes the soul, but charm strike the eyes, but merit wins the soul. Of course, it is what a person is inside that is going to be something which is going to captivate you for the long run. Because what a person looks externally, it might fade away over a period of time. That's how an analysis is done for any person, not only in a matter of beauty, but even in a matter of finding out that how solid a person is. Let me give you an example. For example, even if the banks have to analyze before giving a loan to any industry, they're going to analyze the strength of the financial strength of the industry. What is the gearing ratio of the industry, and does the person have a repayment capability, and how much intrinsic value does that person hold within himself to repay back the loan? What is the gearing ratio? So the thing is that that it's a metaphor for really finding out, that is, to go into the details of any aspect which you really want to begin, or which you really want to start. Because the devil is always in the details of any analysis. Right. So that is what I would say. That is the pain might pass. For example, the hardship which we're going right now in this pandemic period, it may pass, but it is eventually the beauty which will remain. It is eventually the qualities within you which are innate within you, by which you have been inborn with, are going to count towards the end of the day, because as a wise man has said, that not everything that counts is countable, and not everything that can be counted really counts. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Mr. Naveen, you have to give the topic to the next one.
Yes, sir. Okay, so who had joined after me? I really do not know.
I think Anuja or Sujit.
Yeah, Anuja Nalkar.
Okay, Toastmaster Anuja, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, there you go. Okay, just give me 1 second. All right. Okay, so this is a quote from William Shakespeare, and it is, "The robbed that smiles steals something from the thief. The robbed that smiles steals something from the thief." I mentioned it in the chat box.
Yes. Can I get another topic?
DTM Naveen, please give another topic. No, you have to unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry, I was unmuted. The topic is better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. Better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late.
Okay. So, hello everyone. Good evening, good afternoon. So, the topic I got is better 3 hours too soon than a minute too late. The sentence or this phrase says a lot about time and importance of the life. We all, at some or the other point, makes mistakes in our life. We some or other time argues with some time. Some or other time we all fight with each other. So all we need to do is say sorry at the right time. For example, I had a fight with my mother last night, and tonight, if I'm saying sorry to her, that really does not. So 3 hours later is just like a minute too late. Means it's all about giving importance to the time. However, we all come across a time or a situation where we want to say like apologize, or we want to
I think her Wi-Fi is failing her. Anuja, we cannot hear you or see you.
Are you there, Anuja?
You can move on to the next one.
Okay, can I?
Toastmaster Sujit.
Okay, Toastmaster Sujit, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
All right. Okay. My topic for you, Toastmaster Sujit, is life is a comedy for those who think and a tragedy for those who feel. Life is a comedy for those who think and a tragedy for those who feel.
Absolutely a valid statement. Life is the way you take it. If you take it with light-hearted, with joy, with fun. It will be like a comedy, but if in case you are always worried, anxiety, resentment, then entire life will pass like a tragedy. And how we are going to deal with each of them, it's all up to us only and nobody else. If we give our control of our thoughts, of our uh, emotions to somebody else, we always will be like desperate. We all will be like, worried or like, not happy. But if we have the entire control with ourselves and we kind of influence our thought, let nobody kind of break our calm and composure, then it will always be joy. It will always be fun to live with. While on the other hand, if you kind of always be always kind of take it in a very negative way, absorb negativity, the it will be always like a tragedy. So that's my take on this subject, and over to you, sir. So next, who is the one? I will like.
Next one is Jatin.
Hi, Jatin.
Hi, sir.
Hi. My question would be: to lose patience is to lose battle. To lose patience is to lose battle. I will just type on this on the chat box. Yeah. Oh, did you got this question? To lose patience is to lose battle. Over to you, Toastmaster Jatin.
Okay, so to lose patience is to lose battle. So we should never lose patience, and if we lose, of course, we lose the battle. So, say for example, I didn't understand that much, but I'll tell in my own words. So what I understood. So the thing is that we should always have patience, and if we never have patience, we'll never like have this stuff. And I think this is from Mahatma Gandhi. I think I heard his quote. And so to say that if you want to take for buying a chocolate and it's for 10 dirhams, but then you want to buy it as on 5 dirham, so you can't immediately buy it. And what if you only have 11 dirhams? So we have to have some little patience and wait for that if there's like an offer or anything to it. So if we have patience, always that will lead us to life. And if we don't have patience, always we lose our stuff, we lose money, like that. We don't win in our life, we won't be successful. So that's my take. Thank you. And now I'll give the topic to, I think so, Toastmaster Drew.
Yeah.
Okay. 1 minute. Yeah. Idle brain is a devil's brain. Idle brain is a devil brain.
An idle brain is the devil's brain. Okay. Okay, so can I start?
Yeah, you can.
Since the start of humanity, we have progressed as a civilization only due to our genius and ingenuity. Without Newton, without Einstein, without such people, we wouldn't progress as a civilization. But there are those who haven't been really given the same credit. An example is Stan Whittingham. I wouldn't be surprised if most of you did not know him. He's a Nobel laureate. Today, most of the devices in your homes, like TVs, remote control cars, and everything run on lithium batteries, those were invented by him. So I believe that an idle mind is truly a devil's work. Today, especially with more and more people moving to conspiracy theories and right to nationalism, this clearly agrees. With the pandemic and lockdown, we saw, especially in social media sites such as Twitter and Facebook, a lot of people put in hate crimes and different sort of racist tweets and other sort of things. Though there might be external factors, it is probably because many people do not have any other activity to do. I can give an example. When you go out with your family and you say something wrong, you get looks around you, like your parents look at you. I can just from experience, my parents do. When you say something wrong, everybody looks at you and you know you said wrong. But in social media, there's nothing like that. So that's why I believe that idle mind is truly where devil or basically things that wrong can be done. Thank you.
Dhruv, would you like to give a topic to Rohit?
Yes. My
But I
topic
think
that yes.
Rohit is not here anymore. So Vibha, TM Vibha.
Okay. So the topic I'd like to give is why books are better than television.
Toastmaster Vibha, please open your video.
Thanks for giving me this beautiful topic. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all the global impromptu Toastmasters and guests. Why good books are better than television, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. Books are better than television. As we have, from my childhood, I have seen books. Like before launching television, I have seen books, and before watching television, I have seen books, and I have seen the effects of reading books and touching them, getting the feel of keeping the books and their cover and everything. If I read a book, it gives us different feeling what a television cannot give. If we read a book, we feel that the character, we can imagine the character, the scene, the plot, everything. But these imaginations is just fulfilled by, but this is a creation as well in our mind. So this type of imagination we cannot get in the television. Television itself visualize everything, whatever we could imagine by going through a book. So television has different aspects. We can see television for entertaining, for getting different news and many more things, but or enhancing our knowledge. But the thing is, these two things are totally different. No one can be comparable to each other. So for me, reading books is better than watching television, because if we read books, it means we are giving time to ourselves for I can say, yeah. If I think my take on is, if I read books means I'm enhancing my knowledge, and it is creating positive things in my mind. But if I watch television, I cannot say that it is creating imagination in my mind, but it is fulfilling my curiosity, as well as informing me in different ways, as well as recreating me. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
You can give the next topic to TM Pratyush Gupta.
My topic would be every cloud has silver linings. Every cloud has silver linings. Over to you, Pratyush Gupta.
Most of us are unable to see that thing. Why we always try to see the negative thing to correct myself when I am leading a team. Whenever I get angry on something, I try to scold them. I say that you always keep doing the same mistake repeatedly again and again. And at that point of time, I forget the good qualities within that person. It is very difficult for human beings to see the good within a person. We are habituated on complaining. We keep on complaining that I am not happy with this, I am not happy with that. But I have seen so rarely in people that who say that yes, look at that positive thing. Because when you are in a certain situation and negative thoughts are coming in your mind, the person who is sitting next to you will also cooperate in that negative thinking. I wish if I get someone who can come to me at that point and say that please calm down, look at the good things he is doing for your organization. What will you do if he have not done that thing when you needed it very urgently? We forget this and we just create chaos. It is very necessary to remember this line that each and every cloud has a silver lining and each and every person has his or her specific quality. Just we need to change the vision and we will be a person with a heart with no complaints. Thank you. And now can I choose a Toastmaster Jaya for the next topic? Toastmaster Jaya. Toastmaster Jaya.
Yeah, a very good evening.
So your topic is you need a ruler to draw a straight line. You need a ruler to draw a straight line, Toastmaster Jaya.
Can you write it down, please?
Yes.
A very good evening to Toastmaster and dear guests. My topic, you need a ruler to draw a straight line. Yes, of course, we do need a ruler to draw a straight line. Without a ruler, how can we draw? And ruler can be a simple stick. Ruler can be your hand, this part of your hand. A ruler can be a measuring tape which you can measure straight line. With all these three, you can measure uh, the width or the length of your wall. You can measure um, the height of a person straight. And what else we can measure? Maybe a building, a road that one is making, or even a dress. So ruler can be in various forms to measure a straight line. And what else I can say? I think that's it. Over to you.
You can give a topic to Zainab.
Yeah, just one moment. I'll just increase the volume. Okay. Zainab, your topic is people don't take trips. Trips take people. I'll repeat. People don't take trips. Take people. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm wishing you all a very good evening. So the topic given to me is quite a tongue twister. People don't take trips, trips take people. I feel this would be my life if I were to define it in one life. I planned for something to happen, ended up somewhere completely different, and then I was lost somewhere in between. In the end, everything worked out, I guess. So everything that ends well goes well. But I think this is true for all of our life plans, especially if we see the past few years, how our lives have changed, where we started, where we thought we would be. So many trips that we planned that went somewhere else. Trips we did not plan but ended up lasting forever because so many people who went on traveling trips got quarantined in certain places. They could not come back home. Some people went back home, could not go back. So I think this is just how life is. It's very unpredictable, and I feel this is one of the things that adds to the beauty of it. The whole it being so unpredictable. Although for me, I like having things in control. I like pre-planning all of my itinerary. I'm that person who researches the restaurant's menu before going to the place to eat. So I already know what I'm ordering beforehand. So being unprepared and life being so unpredictable always sometimes leaves me on the edge of my seat, waiting for what's going to happen next. But at the same time, it adds that little excitement to your life because if everything was so mundane and everything was so normal and how you planned it out, I feel our lives would not be as exciting as we see them as right now. Because then everything would just happen like we wanted it to. And a lot of times, what we want is not what we actually need in life. I feel this is one of the things that my mom and dad taught me very early on in life that your wants and needs are two very different things. And what happens and what you do is sometimes according to your needs rather than what you want at that time and place. So yes, I do agree. People don't take trips. It's trips that take people to different places. And then I think you leave a little bit of your part along the route. And that would be it. Thank you so much. Will I be giving the topic to DTM Amjad?
Yes. Samriddhi has joined. Zainab, you can give her.
Okay, so Samriddhi, the topic I have for you is, do you think privacy for children is important? When is it okay for parents to spy on children? That would be. Thank you. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmasters, for the interesting topic. I feel like almost every kid in their childhood has once asked their parents for privacy. And I feel like I'm not one of those kids. And that's because I feel like my parents have always given me the freedom I need. And I've always been in a very friendly environment. So I've never wanted the need for privacy, because I knew that even though I was doing something, I could tell that to my mom or my dad. But I feel like there are some times when you really need privacy. Like if just even small talks, but you just want privacy, because every adult has it. Why would you not want it? I mean, to be honest, I think that parents should give their children privacy, like, but not excessive, because too much of anything is bad. So at some point, what might happen is that the child could get into bad influence. And that has happened to me. I've experienced that. So obviously there's a limit for how much privacy you should be giving. But stalking your child or spying on your child is never okay. At least according to me, I don't think it's ever okay. If you want to get to know about something, just try to talk, is just straighten it out with talking with them. And if they're not telling it, still I don't think spying is that good, because what if they're planning something, what if they're planning a birthday surprise or something? Obviously they could be doing something wrong too. But if they're not if they don't want to communicate, if they don't want to tell you about that thing, I feel like you should give them a bit privacy. If it's if you're experiencing that, if you feel like they have changed in certain ways, if they're doing something different from what they used to, you can, I guess, start trying to check up on them, not spying or stalking. Just try to check up on them daily, and try to comfort them, really. Just be like, I'm here for you, if you need to talk or something like that. But yeah, I think privacy is important for everyone, but to an extent. Thank you, and over to.
And you have to give topic to DTM Amjad Ali if he's there. DTM Amjad Ali, we are all done. Waiting for your call. Amjad ji, we are done.
Savita, in the meantime, I will give you a short topic. Is it
To
more
me?
fun? Yes.
Second, okay.
Is it more fun to be a parent or a child? Take it away. TM Savita.
Thank you, Dr. Farida. Parent or child? When I was child, I wanted to grow up fast, because parents used to say, do this, don't do this, should achieve this, study this, go there, don't go there. That type of inside feeling was there, that you have, if you grow up fast or if you achieve something, then you won't have to listen to parents' instructions or elders' instructions. But when I myself became parent, the same thing happened. I used to tell my children that do this, don't have to do this. Parents guide children. But the fun was, I feel, there when I was a child. There was no responsibilities as such of elders. There was no big things or planning or these worldly matters. You were just lost in that, small childhood activities, small fun. Life was sweet with those small fun games, and nothing of this big world to know about this and do this. Yes, given a choice, I would like to be a child again. Thank you. Back to you. DTM Amjad has joined. I was just filling up. Yes, Dr. Farida, please give topic to him.
So DTM Amjad Ali, thank you very much for rejoining. So this is your topic for tonight. What personal trait has gotten you in most trouble? This is the topic for you. What personal trait has gotten you in most trouble? Take it away, DTM Amjad Ali.
Thank you so much, Madam Topics Master. What personal trait has gotten me in trouble? I will pick two personal traits which I normally practice and which put me in trouble most of the time. One is trusting people. A second is giving them respect. Seriously, and I mean it. Because not every single person deserves the respect. But I have to go with my personal intention. I have to give respect to every single person. I normally say one thing, that position, fame, and respect actually is not digested by every single person. And not every person has that caliber to digest these three things. That's the reason when I give, some people, they think after receiving the respect, they think they rule the world. They are holding this planet on their shoulders and then ruling it. But when you give them a shout, they understand, no, they were nothing but any other person. And first thing is trusting other people. I know it's a common thing, is your upbringing to trust people or give them respect. But do believe or not, after learning all these processes, after getting experiences from other people, or getting slaps from other people, I got to know that when some people, they consider other people very rudely, there is a reason, because this is how they want to be treated. They don't digest what is given. Most rules are strict rules are made only after people breaking the rules. No other, every country want people to put them in trouble or make complicated rules. They do it only when people break it or they misuse the positions. Then only new rules are implemented or strict rules are implemented. Ladies and gentlemen, these are two personal traits. I will not give them up, but these are the two traits actually put me in trouble most of the time, and I'm ready for future as well. Thank you so much. Back to you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Farida, for giving me this beautiful topic. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together to thank every single person who gave you a topic, because that person deserves a big hand, because that person gave you a chance to speak your heart out. A big hand. With that, power vested in me as a host of this very meeting, I adjourn the meeting. Stay blessed.